Priyanka, while the opposition leaders have been suspended en masse, we see that business in the House has still continued. Bills have been passed. In fact, today in the Lok Sabha, the Provisional Collection of Taxes Bill of 2023 has been passed in the Lok Sabha sans the opposition.
No, like I said, it is very dictatorial. And I would say we should shut down the cost of the parliament if this is the procedure moving forward. Let all the legislative business happen from the PMO. Because there's only one person who decides which way the country is going and is not willing to take accountability of those consequences of such policies introduced, that might as well declare that this India is no longer a parliamentary democracy. It will be governed on the basis of dictatorship, and that the PMO will be conducting all the businesses, and the cabinet and the PMO will function in tandem, and they do not need the opposition. Nowhere in the history of the world which follow the process of parliamentary democracy would you see the Prime Minister and the Home Minister not holding themselves accountable on the floor of the House. We have the Home Minister coming and saying, oh, I'll go get Aksai Chin, oh, I'll go get POK. Yes, please go get Aksai Chin, get POK. But first answer these questions of how a security breach happened in the premises of the Parliament. And where did we go wrong?
But, you know, I'd still ask you if this is a deliberate attempt did you see this coming in the first place? There's a lot of talk that the opposition knew that they're going to be suspended. They created mayhem just like they did yesterday. So on day one, you had a whole bunch of MPs suspended. That behavior continued to today. Was this an attempt to deliberately create pandemonium on the floor of the House so that you get suspended and this becomes a point of unity, or rather help you unite right ahead of the India bloc meet? Was it a strategy?
I don't know whether to laugh or cry. That you all are mocking the entire parliamentary procedures. You don't have the ministers coming and taking responsibility for themselves and for what they are to be held accountable for. Nobody is asking the question of the Prime Minister or the Home Minister when they are, inviting them to news channels to discuss the parliamentary security while the Parliament is in session. Nobody who is taking interviews for print channels with the Prime Minister is asking him questions like, Deputy Speaker is supposedly responsible for parliamentary security system. And it is a responsibility, it comes under his responsibility. We don't have a Deputy Speaker for over 5 years now. I'm surprised nobody's asking the Prime Minister or Home Minister this question, even if they're choosing not to come to the Parliament and they're choosing these platforms to vent their opinions. The second question is, there have been over 40% vacancies in the Parliament, security services. Why has that not been filled? Last but not the least, parliamentary security comes under the domain of a joint secretary. No appointment has been made. Fourth question, why is Pratap Simha going absolutely unaccountable for the visitors pass he issued for these people? So the minute you'll ask the questions to that of the government, I'd be happy to answer the role of the opposition inside the Parliament.
Okay.